What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV live here from Tel Aviv Beach for a Tottenham update for you guys. How lucky you are. Having a good time here, Sim?
Very lucky. Well, look, no rest for the wicked. We still got to get your Tottenham news to you. So even if we're chilling on Tel Aviv Beach, we always got to get the Spurs news to the fans.
Exactly. And we're going to start off with Harry Winks today, as Charlie Eccleshare yesterday said that Everton have backed off from Harry Winks, and there was interest from Leeds, and that is not expected to go any further either. So
Winks is
Harry
used to backing off, right?
Harry Winks running out of suitors at the moment.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of worrying. You said Everton backed off, then you said Leeds are backing off, right? Oh man, that's worrying. That's two of the main contenders. So he's running out of Premier League clubs, to be honest. Is there any chance he drops down to the Championship? Is that too negative? Like, do you think is there any chance?
I think teams like Fulham and Bournemouth that have just come up
Seems a good fit, no?
and Bournemouth as well under Scotty Parker. So I think that, you know, if he joins one of those teams, he can easily be going back down next season.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying if no Premier League offers come in and no foreign offers come in, like, is there any chance he drops down to the Championship? Because I think there will be Championship clubs interested in him if that was the case. But
Not on those wages, though. Do you reckon with those wages?
Do you reckon he would rather just be in the reserves and wait 6 months and drop down to the Championship?
I think if push comes to shove right at the last second of the window, I think he would reject the move right until then, and then maybe something can happen.
Yeah, have to see. But look, let's hope he can find a club. It's better for everyone. We know that. And I think people are underestimating him. He could be a good player on his day, so hopefully he finds the club that suits him.
Let's move on and let's talk about Joe Rodon now, as all the reliable journalists, Mike McGrath, Fabrizio Romano, all talking about Rennes set to sign Joe Rodon. Looks like this one is pretty much signed, sealed and delivered. So Joe Rodon is going to play on loan at Rennes next season, apparently with an option to buy for 20 million.
Yeah, it was 20 million euros, about 17 million pounds, I read, which would be, look, that would be a big profit on what we paid for him, about 12 million. So considering the amount of football he's played, if we can make a profit on him, that would be incredible. Obviously, it relies on him having a good year at Rennes out in France. They had a great year last season. Obviously, they played against us in the Conference League and played quite well in the one game we played, or the other one got postponed. So I think it's a good move for him. They're a good team, and hopefully he can have a great year out in Serie A. Look, we saw what it did for Saliba, having that loan.
Liga.
What did I say?
Serie A.
Oh, Serie A, sorry, Liga. Yeah, way too much.
Too much sun.
No, but they finished in a European position, correct me if I'm wrong, last season. So they're doing quite well. So
we played them in the Conference League, didn't we, last year?
Yeah, and they played quite well against us. It was 2-2 in the away game. So look, it should be a good move for him, and who knows, if he has a great year, maybe he can come back with more confidence and really show the defender we hope he can be. Right now, he just struggles to get into the team, but maybe he needs like a season like Saliba did, where he can just play every game, and even if it's against lesser or quality opposition, gain that confidence.
Interesting. I'm excited to see how he gets on there. I'm sure he'll be a success. I really am. Santi Auna is saying that Tottenham are in talks to sign Zaniolo from Roma. The door is likely to open by the end of the transfer window, even with a loan formula with an option to buy.
Yeah, see, if that loan with an option to buy, that really screams Paratici. If that is a possibility, I really think there's a high likelihood that this deal will get done if it's a loan with an option to buy, because there's very little risk on that part if it's only an option. Even though if it could be a big price like 50 million, it could be a great deal, because if he turns out to be as good as we know he can be, then 50 million could look like a bargain. And if his injury problems, or if he doesn't get going, then it's only an option to buy. So that could be the best of both worlds from that kind of deal. And so if that's a serious possibility, I wouldn't be surprised if that has some legs.
Yeah, I would love Zaniolo to come. I think we've spoken a lot about Zaniolo and Maddison. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually looking forward to it. But I think Zaniolo, like I've said before, I think Zaniolo fits us the best out of the Maddison and the Zaniolo, apart from the English quota thing. So I'll be very happy to see this one get over the line. But as well, I expect it just to rumble on till probably late in the window, this one. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, because he had a great season at Roma last season. I don't think they're in a hurry to let him leave. But maybe it's a case of they need a bit potential cash, and they think they could be a big deal for Zaniolo, and they signed Dybala now, so maybe there's less the need for him potentially. So yeah, I agree. It's probably not going to happen right away, but I think it's definitely one to keep an eye on if Roma are willing to do that kind of deal with us, and I'm going to definitely have a close look at him tomorrow. That's for sure.
In terms of Joe Rodon, which we didn't mention, Joe Rodon obviously out the door now for a loan for the rest of the season. Japhet Tanganga, the talks have been like very rife about him going to AC Milan. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we're obviously looking to get him out. There's no real talks about any centre backs coming in at the moment of like any like credible sources or anything like any reliable sources.
Yeah, but it might come out of nowhere, you know. Basuma, no one was talking about Basuma, and then he just got signed within a week. So I reckon you start to see things move now. Now that Tanganga, Rodon are pretty much confirmed out, we're going to have to bring one in now. It's no doubt about it. So I think you'll start to see things moving. I think we're concentrating on outgoings there, and that's 2. Obviously, for the cam position.
Tanganga's not gone yet, has he?
Yeah, but if he leaves, he looks very likely to leave right now. So I think as well for the cam position, you want Ndombele and Lo Celso out the door. So I think Lo Celso's getting closer as well. That's what people are saying. So I think we're just waiting on them, and then we're going to go for a couple more.
Another outgoing to talk about, or potential outgoing, is Barcelona sporting director Matteo Elamani met with agent Kia Jarabchibin to decide the transfer of Sergio Reguilon last week. So this one gathering a bit of legs as well, yeah.
Yeah, how reliable is that journalist?
Thomas, his name is A.S. Thomas Ronquera. I can't get on the internet here at the moment, so I can't really check it properly.
The perils of data roaming without Brexit and without when we can't use our own thing. But yeah, I think Reguilon could be a very good player for Barcelona, but they got so much cash. But it looks like the Alonso deal might be breaking down. So if that's true, one wouldn't be surprised if they go for someone like Reguilon. I think it could be a good short-term option there. Jordi Alba's still around, isn't he? Yeah. So. Yeah, he's getting on a bit. So they're looking for a long-term player, but no one better for him to learn off than Jordi Alba. He's like the perfect player. He's exactly what Reguilon wants to be. Is Jordi Alba Mark II. So I wouldn't be surprised if they can get a decent deal, maybe also with a loan with an option to buy or something, that they go for it.
So that's Reguilon potentially going to Barcelona. Next up, I want to talk about a quote from Antonio Conte's press conference today in Israel, as Alistair Golders brought it up on social media, and it says, "This is a young team and we can work for many years together to improve and fight with the best teams in England and in Europe." That's really nice to hear from Antonio, isn't it, that?
Yeah, because there's always the narrative, isn't it? Oh, how long is he going to stay for? Even if he wins the league, you know, how long is he going to stay for? People say, oh, he might win you stuff, but he ain't going to stay for long. So to hear him talking about the future like that, and talking about many years to come and all this kind of stuff, definitely land encouragement that if he has actually found a home here and found a working situation, maybe he would be prepared to stay longer. And maybe if he keeps getting backed and he has, as long as the board are going in the right direction, maybe if we don't give him a reason to leave, maybe he won't find one. And maybe, him talking about young players and he wants to develop with them, and it's going to be a team that can compete with many years to come. That's all we want as Tottenham fans. We want to hear someone speaking like that. No one's really spoken like that since Pochettino was there, who's talked about the future. So even though Conte has that reputation of being a win now then leave, maybe he just hasn't found his right home.
And it's also about the situation where you've got to be realistic about winning the league and fighting against Liverpool and Man City. It's very hard to just come and within half a season, you're there, you're ready to fight Liverpool and Man City. It's going to be a process, especially with this Tottenham side. And I think that after this season, Conte knows it, and I think probably a lot of his coaching staff know it. We're going to be a lot stronger next season as opposed to this season. So
yeah, but people always say, "Oh, is he going to be here next season?" But this is good. This is what we want to hear.
Exactly.
Like, prepared for that. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all we're going to talk about today. That is your Tottenham update live from Tel Aviv. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to be going up to Haifa and watching the famous Lily Whites against Jose Mourinho's Roma. Check out for all the content coming your way. And obviously, vlog for day 2 is coming your way as well. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.